All right, Shalom. I want to start off, man, as always, by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, B'cha HaKodash. Double is unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love to the brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. And also want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And real quick, in this lesson here, I wanted to speak about this heavy push for data centers here in America and how these data centers are pretty much the groundwork for the M.O.T.B, because in order to establish the digital prison, they need to have these data centers to collect all of the data, so to speak, right? That's why they call data centers, to collect all this info so they can be able to operate within this digital prison. And if you've been paying attention, bro, there's been a heavy push for it, okay? A heavy push. But most people are not paying attention to it because it's not attractive, okay? Data centers aren't attractive to the common person. But for those of us in the faith, we see this as the digital public infrastructure for the M.O.T.B, okay? If you go to the UN website page, they have a section called Digital Public Infrastructure. And these data center plays into that. Now, before I get into these videos I wanted to speak about this here with NASA, man. As you can see, this is from Fox News. It says, watch live, NASA's historic Artemis 2 mission back to the moon. And so here, during the Passover, man, all right, Passover coming in here in a little while. Passover already happened, over in the UK, brothers was doing it live, the elders words over there. But during the Passover, man, Esau decides to, go to the moon, right? So to speak, go travel across the moon and make a U-turn back into Earth. This is all lies and propaganda. And these devils, man, ultimately, right? These devils are going to be destroyed, okay? See, Esau got exposed with his first so-called moon landing. It got shredded to pieces. All the information got exposed. And these devils were scrambling, all right, for 57 years, right? Just scrambling around the earth, lying after, all these lies, right, about going to the moon. And then you got NASA talking about they got rocks from the moon inside of their so-called, space station. Excuse me, not a space station. They're building out here in Texas, okay? Look, bro, this devil ain't going to no moon, okay? They ain't going to no moon. Whatever you see gonna be CGI, heavy AI influence pictures and videos of the moon. Bro, Esau got some stuff cooked up, okay? But it's just very spiritual that these Edomites decide that during the Passover, they want to shoot to the moon, right? Now, we know during the Passover, it's always a full moon, right? It's never not a full moon during the Passover. So this is just very interesting, man. I want to keep up with this here. But I want to get into the info now about these data centers. The first video I have is CBS Texas, and it says, Texas poised to be world's largest data center market, but at what cost? Now, if you've been paying attention and tracking this stuff, man, you know that Texas is the spot that they chose to build Stargate, right? What Trump talked about when he got sworn in with those other tech giants, so to speak. And they spoke about Star Tech and how they're going to use Star Tech to pretty much establish the M.O.T.B system, okay? To help with robotics and everything else, man. So Texas being the largest data center market is very interesting, you know. So I'm gonna play this video here. Then I got other videos I want to get into. Before I prepare for tonight, man. So make sure my audio is good. Okay, here we go.
This state right now is on track to become the largest data center market on earth. You heard me right. Hundreds of projects, billions in investment, millions of square feet of new buildings. It is coming. It's coming fast. But the question is, are we ready? Tonight, I-Team reporter Brian New looking into what this data center boom means for the grid here in our state, the economy, and also rural communities across Texas.
Hey Siri, remind me in 10 minutes to do laundry.
Every question you ask, every chatbot reply, every AI image, every line of code, it all has to live somewhere. And that somewhere is here. To power the AI boom, tech companies are racing to build data centers, thousands of them. Texas already has nearly 400. And industry groups say in 3 years, it's poised to become the nation's leading data center market.
Texas is a great market for us. So you obviously have great resources in terms of people, great access to energy, and frankly, it creates an environment, it's a pro-business environment.
Colin McLean's company, Digital Realty, runs 30 data centers across Texas, including 450,000 square feet in Richardson and another 1 million square foot facility under construction in Garland. Projects like this and hundreds of others are popping up across the state. Fast. Some say too fast. We are headed west towards Hood County, where as many as 6 data center projects are currently in the pipeline. The largest, the Comanche Circle project, has already received conditional approval from the county. Each building on this project would be massive, roughly the size of 2.5 Walmarts. The plan calls for 30 of these buildings on a piece of land that's been rural for generations.
My dad, Bud Davis, bought the property in 1964.
For the Davis family, this isn't just property.
This house was built in 1888.
It's history and home.
What does this property, this area, what does this mean to you and your family?
That's hard to describe. It's just beautiful.
But across the fence line, that could all change. Construction on the Comanche Circle Data Center site is scheduled to begin by the end of the year.
It would just destroy everything that we hold dear here. Light pollution, sound pollution, the water shed.
Well, Esau, that's too bad. That's too bad, okay? Because you stole that land, right? From the tribes. And you got the nerve to fix your mouth to say that land is dear to you and my father bought it and this, that, and the third. Shut up. You had your time. Okay? You had your time, Esau. Now your time is up. And they're going to build a massive data center by your farm, and they're going to pollute your farm, pollute your food, unalive your cattle, drive you crazy. Okay? It's going to be hell for you. And that's good. All right? And these devils are building these data centers right where people live at. Okay? And you got people complaining about these data centers. How they make all kind of noises, right? How they can't sleep because of these data centers making noise all night. It's putting hell on people, right? Now, before I continue on with this video, I wanted to play this video here. All right, this is CBS News. It says Kentucky mother-daughter turns down $26 million offer for their land. So they were offered $26 million for their land because this company, who hasn't made themselves known, wanted to buy that farmland so they can build a massive data center. Okay, now they're offering them this money. Okay, trying to, do it the right way, so to speak. but they're going to take this land from them, okay? They're going to take it by force because they need to install these data centers. So the land that you thought that you owned and had for many generations, Esau, is about to be gone. Okay, all your farmland about to be gone. So here we go.
Well, a mother and daughter in Kentucky have turned down a $26 million offer for their land. The offer came from an unnamed tech company wanting to build a data center. Jared Ochacher traveled to rural Kentucky and talked to the woman about their deep ties to the land.
This is the land in rural Kentucky that Delcia and her mother Ida turned down $26 million for.
I just said my land is not for sale. I never had a for sale sign on my land. I never wanted to sell my.
Neither did the Northern Kingdom. Neither did the Northern Kingdom. But yet your forefathers took it through lies and bloodshed. Okay? And now it's your turn to see how it feels to have something taken from you that you didn't want taken from you. Okay, Esau? Shut up. Your time is up, bro. And you can protest and go to the, council meeting and all this and complain. You ain't going to stop nothing. Prophecy has to be fulfilled, man. Here we go.
My land, never even dreamed of thinking about selling my land. And it's priceless.
It's easy to say no to $26 million whenever it really doesn't buy anything that you need. Once this land is gone, there wouldn't be anything else I'd really want.
And they told me it wasn't a difficult decision, and it's one they'd make again, because this property isn't just property. It's a home, and it's a lifestyle of farming that's been passed down in generations and generations of their family.
Oh, it's all the time when we had parties. We fixed that back there for the grandkids to have, cookouts. Just ever Christmases and everything we needed, it was usually right here.
They were offered tens of thousands of dollars per acre, as were a few of their neighbors, so that an unnamed company could build a 2,000+ acre data center. It would be the biggest project in the state.
Most of the people I've been around, please don't let us down, please. Our land won't, our businesses will be destroyed here. Our homes will be no value to them left. Please don't let this happen to our county.
A community group called We Are Mason County is suing to try and slow down the process and learn who the organization is, the company is, behind the project. Back to you.
What an interview. Thank you, Jared.
Through. Okay. Esau, your time is up, man. It's prophecy time. All right, here we go.
But just the quality of life.
It's about 300 feet from our fence line. It's where the first building or the closest building will be.
The Crawfords moved out here to retire. Now they too are urging county leaders to slow down these projects.
And it's not just the project that's next to us. There are other projects going on in Hood County and Somervell County, all right together. And it's a concern of the cumulative effect of all of these.
So far, the county is still allowing the project to move forward. A Florida-based developer declined our interview, but at a recent meeting, he defended his plans.
So if I follow the regulations in place and I'm a private landowner and there is no zoning authority within Hood County, I deserve the right to build my project.
Fights like this are breaking out across Texas, especially in rural counties, where leaders often aren't sure what they should do or what they can do. And the biggest challenge, no one really knows what this boom will bring. Take water.
Look, man, you can't stop prophecy, okay? You can protest, you can cry, you can fight, whatever you want to do. You cannot stop the word of the Most High from being fulfilled. In order for the M.O.T.B to work like prophecy says it's going to work, they need these data centers to be established. How else would they have the capability to track and trace everybody? They need the data. So they had to have the data centers to do that. So everywhere around America, you're about to see thousands upon thousands of data centers. They said 1,000 plus gonna be here in Texas. So ain't no stopping this thing, man. Okay? Prophecy is rolling, bro. It's rolling. And it's beautiful to see. Okay, this is very beautiful to see. These Edomites crying about their land, so to speak. Esau, you ain't got no damn land, nigga. You're on stolen land. I don't want to hear nothing about your forefathers and how they bought this and farmed this land for. We were here for 100 years. Who gives a damn, nigga? They stole it. And so now your land is up for grab. Okay? And these billionaires, these tech billionaires are going to take your land. Their money is going to override your protesting. Okay? They're going to pay off the judges and who going to need to pay off to build these data centers. Prophecy got to be fulfilled. Okay? But yes, these data centers bring hell to the environment, to the water, to the air, everything. They fuck up everything. Okay? But they're needed for scripture to be fulfilled. Here we go.
Water. A recent study estimates that Texas data centers could use up to 161 billion gallons a year by 2030, or as little as 29 billion.
Now, notice how they always highlighting the year 2030. Everywhere you turn, you see 2030 plastered everywhere. Okay? Doesn't matter they're talking about robots, digital IDs, having a cell phone inside your body. Like everything is tied to 2030. Okay? What's so special about that year, bro? Who told them that, look, by this time, all these things will be set in place? Has Esau inquired to his witches and warlocks, as Isaiah 47 speaks about? The monthly prognosticators and these witches, okay? Did they tell them, hey, look, man, by 2030, y'all going to be balling. You're going to have everybody chipped and everything, right? So they all been talking about 2030. Now, will we be here by 2030? I don't know. But if that was the Most High want, then that was the Most High wants. Hey, we're ready for the Lord to end this thing this year, right? But we on the Most High time, bro. We hasten the day, but we got to be patient and wait for the Lord to do his thing, right? But we'll see, Here we go.
Billion gallons. That's like the difference between adding 32 golf courses or more than 1,000. Then there's power. ERCOT says more than 220 gigawatts worth of projects have applied to connect to the grid. That's more than double what Texas uses on the hottest summer day. But more than half of those proposals haven't cleared required studies, and many may never get built.
And that's one of the challenges for us, frankly, is trying to predict how many of these projects going forward are really going to make it across the goal line.
But even with so many unknowns, State Senator Tam Parker insists Texas can handle the growth. He points to what's changed since the 2021 blackout. More power on the grid, stricter reviews, and guardrails to make sure both electricity and water are in place before a new data center flips the switch.
5 years from now, do you think Texans will see data centers as progress or regret?
5 years from now, I think they'll see it as progress. We can walk and chew gum. We can support a strong grid, protect our water resources, our electricity resources, while at the same time supporting advanced technology. We can do all of it.
But for neighbors staring at what could change, the view is different.
Is it hard to look out there and think that could be all buildings?
Yeah,
it
breaks our heart.
It breaks our heart.
What's important to understand is this. We've never seen anything like what's coming. Yes, Texas already has nearly 400 data centers, but the ones being built and proposed now are far bigger. And if you just look at the electricity use, the demand we see today could jump tenfold by 2030. So it's that unknown that's creating so much anxiety.
Yes, sir.
That's our Brian New from the
Yes,
IT.
sir. This thing is being set up, man. Okay. It's only a matter of time, right? Esau setting this thing up. They have a plan in mind that they want to achieve. Really, it's prophecy, but they think that it's their idea. They want to get everybody chipped. They want to get everybody, a digital ID, digital currency. Okay, they want to pretty much put you in a damn box, right? A digital box. But in order to get these smart cities going, digital IDs, drones, all this stuff, they need the data centers. Okay, that's the heart of it. They gotta have it. They need the energy, they need the oil, all these things to get this stuff going. So I'm gonna go here to Psalms 2. I'll close out. I'll say my other video for another time. But this is Psalms 2:1. It says, "Why are the nations so angry? Why do they waste their time with futile plans?" Right? See, this devil got a plan that's futile. Okay? He think that he gonna do this and become gods, as my man Sam Altman said. Sam Altman said he said we can become gods through artificial intelligence. And that's the goal of these devils. They want to become gods. They want to live forever. Okay, this is why they're trying to find ways to edit the human genome, okay, the genes of humans to live longer, right? Trying to find ways to merge man with machines so they can, I guess, outlive their forefathers, and ultimately may just be gods. That's what they want. They want to try to defeat death through artificial intelligence, but it's not going to happen. It says the kings of the earth prepare for battle, and the rulers plot together against the Lord Yahweh and against his anointed one. Let us break their chains, they cry, and free ourselves from slavery to the Most High. So they don't want no dealing with the Most High, man. They want to create a reality outside of what the Most High has already established. So it's a heavy push of robots and all these damn things on the earth, bro. Just the other day, I saw a video of a robot walking with Donald Trump's wife. Okay, I forget her name at the moment. What's her name? Melania, I think, Trump. But Donald Trump's wife, she was walking with a damn robot. Okay, this is no joke, man. They're setting up a world where they want no thought of a God. They want to give glory to themselves and ultimately, to AI, whatever. Okay, but this is going to be to their detriment. It says, "But the one who rules in heaven laughs. The Lord scoffs at them. Then in anger, he rebukes them, terrifying them with his fierce fury." So the Most High is going to judge, man. So building these data centers and Esau, all these crazy ass plans he got, he's going to lose. Okay. Psalms 21. And I'm going to start at the 8th verse here. It says, Psalms 21 verse 8. "You will capture all your enemies. Your strong right hand will seize all who hate you. You will throw them in a flaming furnace when you appear." Right. That destruction. "The Lord will consume them in his anger. Fire will devour them. You will wipe their children from the face of the earth. They will never have descendants." We know who this is talking about. Esau. But yet Jake saying Esau can be saved now. These guys are crazy. It says, "Although they plot against you, their evil schemes will never succeed." You see that? They're plotting against the Most High, man. But their evil schemes of trying to enslave humanity, right, via the M.O.T.B. and digital IDs, all this stuff. This is an evil scheme of the devil. And In their minds, this is the perfect plan for them to ultimately become gods. It's to subjugate humanity via the M.O.T.B, and they'll have power to track and trace everything and everybody. If they get it to how they want it, right? It says, for they will turn and run when they see your arrows aimed at them, right? The missiles, man. The Lord is going to shoot the missiles on these devils, and all these big, massive data centers are going to be consumed by fire. It says, rise up, O Lord, and all your power. With music and singing, we celebrate your mighty acts. So, hey, man, Esau going to come with these data centers. They're needed, okay, for the M.O.T.B. But as I said, man, as prophecy states, this is going to be his demise, man. All right? But they're moving quickly with these data centers. Do your research, bro. Do your research. They're moving fast, okay? Especially out here in Texas, man. So I pray that was edifying. Just want to do that real quick through the Spirit, man. All praise Yahweh Shai. I pray you brothers and sisters out there have a blessed Passover through the Spirit, man. Shalom.